this is, I don't know what's wrong. Like after all suddenly something very weird happened here. Oh, you're already here. Good to see in the khud. Good evening, welcome back to In the Khud. This is September 1, 2022 and I have to change the calendar. I always get late in doing that. 8:20 p.m. and again we're continuing the trend of the entire day just went by without any like notice of what it is or what anything is. I woke up at 6:30 today, but I woke up with a heavy headache. Yesterday night, of course, slept late. Did my morning session, took Snowy for a walk. Then I slept again. I woke up at 10, the regular hassle figuring stuff out started. 14:45 after series of calls, getting back to work. Now, throughout the day, if I have to like retrospect or on anything, grind, like go on. And this is something I've been really ranting about a lot to the point that I'm myself thinking like, should I keep saying this in every single video? But that's just what my state of mind is right now. And just the camera a little tilted. So that's just what my state of mind is right now. I'm kind of like, I'm really wanting to just have time, as in like months, 4 months, where there's no work, no full-time job, no dad's work, and I get that time just to do the courses, just to work on my 3D skills. And now that I think about it, just because I have a medium like this to actually document it, why is it so difficult for me to not do that? Let's try and dissect this down. What could be the possible reasons that is actually stopping me from taking that leap? The biggest thing I feel here is fear. Right, fear is definitely a very big candidate in this situation. Fear of the fact that a constant income, which is coming every single month, will stop. That doesn't mean I don't have enough resources to pay my bills, so it shouldn't be a reason to fear. What could be the other reason why I can't take that leap? I think the more important reason is it can't just happen. Like I can't in the full-time job, like I'm bound to, even if I resign, firstly it won't happen. Like I'll be like convinced a lot to not. But even if I make up my mind and I do that, there will be like, after a lot of back and forth, there'll be a 45-day notice period before I can completely leave. What I fear is the fact that, okay, after all of this effort and mushakkat, at a point I will have left it to just work on my 3D stuff. At that point, when I wake up in the morning, there won't be all these calls, there won't be all these messages, there won't be all these people reaching out to me for work. So that'll be a difficult position to be in, because I've been through this for the last 1.5 years almost now, where every single day, Monday to Friday at least, I'm like constantly asked to work on things, to do things, to figure things out. All of a sudden taking that out is going to be a little uncomfortable, I believe. It again ties back to the first point of fear. Second point I would say is answerability. Like to some degree, I feel like for the full-time job, the team, my team, video team right now is not very stable. As in there is no one person I see who can completely replace what I'm doing, skill-wise and managerial capability-wise. So if I just leave right now, it'll like leave the whole team hanging off a branch, which as a responsible person I wouldn't want to do. Yeah, fear and answerability. I don't quite know any other reason for not taking the leap of faith. I think it's just a phase. Like there are phases of mindset as well, where it's just the same repetitive thoughts keep coming to the mind. This phase will pass, and it's resurgent today, so I should just let the phase pass, because anyways I have time till June, right? And by June I think a lot of things will change, and it's just I don't want to make any emotional decision which I will regret later. So it's better to play defensive a bit rather than being super aggressive. You get only one life, you better do what you want to do right now. That is a very, I would say, wild way of living. I wouldn't want to have that kind of wild life, even though I'm currently in a position where I really want to do this then, and I'm getting pulled out, pulled apart in all these different directions which are just pulling me away from what I actually want to do. Even though that is the situation, I think I'm just gonna trust. I'm gonna trust the time. I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna wait for things to turn out the way I want them to by themselves. Because as a matter of fact, as I even said in one of the previous videos here on In the Khud, every time I've tried to do something that I want to do, but the universe is not actually in the same direction, things haven't turned out well. So yeah, right now I think it's fair to conclude that it's just good to stick to what is happening and hope that things turn the way I want them to. it's a very pessimistic note. Like I don't see any hope of optimism there, but that's where I would like to end today's documentation. Yeah, one thing worth noting is one of the content studios I freelanced for, they just messaged me as in, need a huge favor, there's this video and our editor has gone, video needs color correction, can you just help us out? And I did that and sent it to her, and she was like, thank you so much, like very, very, very thankful. Of course I charged a bit for that, like I don't know what, I just gave the quote. But the thing that I was thinking about is, with all this hustle and struggle, I have got to a point where as a person, as a creator, I add a certain amount of value which is rare and it's fair to say invaluable. Just again staying in it and being grateful and hopeful for better days to come is just another way of acknowledging this blessed situation I am in life. So good note to end this video on. And this In the Khud vlog is like a therapy, man. I feel lighter, I feel better about how things are now. Thank you for being on the therapy session with me, not as a counselor, as a friend who's sitting next to I don't know how therapy sessions work, I haven't been to any. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for being in the Khud. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.